by a few others. All right, and we are off, and right away we see a little bit of a strategy difference here. jtknott is going straight ahead, small Mario, while Roopert is going to grab earlier power-ups.
That's right, Dash.
I like the Roopert strat myself. I'm a early power-up kind of guy. You know, it doesn't lose. It's only so slightly slower. But it gives so much more safety.
That's right. But sometimes these times are so close to each other, and everyone's finishing with very close times that it seems like some people really want to give themselves as much of a chance to pull ahead as they can.
Yeah.
And it really looks like JT is very comfortable with these strats, as he just blasts through 1-2 with the fastest strats.
Yeah,
no problem.
I agree, and I definitely think that that's something that we will see more and more as we get to just later in the tournament. You know, when we do get to things like the semifinals and the grand finals, then for sure I agree that we can expect to see more and more of the very optimal, most optimal strats possible, you know. Super sick power-up grabs, jumping under potaboos, you know, all that kind of stuff. We'll see more of as we go forward.
Yep, jtknott with a pretty good grab there. We'll see when he stomps this Koopa what time he's got. Looks like a 7 he will get. So he'll grab the 7 on the pole here. And that's very nice. He's going to save... So it took him about 3 Mario seconds to grab that mushroom, whereas it took Roopert 5 Mario seconds to grab his mushroom. So JT's going to save about 2 frame rules over Roopert in the mushroom grab.
Yep.
Looks like JT's going to go with the small fire strat as well, as he foregoes the fire flower there.
Yeah, and if you're unfamiliar, frame rule is shorthand for 21 frames, which is a very important increment in this game. And there we see the very interesting difference in the Bowsers there. First of all, you notice that Roopert didn't have to wait for the bridge collapsing animation because he fire killed the Bowser, which is why fire power in general in this game is the fastest way to run Warpless.
Ooh, JT get a little hung up there. He actually did the busted up strat. A 79 flower grab for small fire is pretty good. He's probably gonna get a 7. Ooh, but he takes a hit.
Now, luckily, 2-1 is chock full of power-ups, so he's got... Wow, that was a really skillful re-power-up grab there as well. So jtknott is familiar with his backup strats, it looks like. And also, one thing to mention is jtknott is small fire, which, if you haven't seen before, takes a tiny bit of explanation. So, on his Bowser kill, he touched the axe and Bowser at the same time, which made him take damage while he finished that level, which didn't leave the game time to actually make him small, but he did lose the HP. So that puts you in a weird state where now when you grab a mushroom, you turn small, and when you grab fire, you turn into small Fire Mario.
The game basically thinks you're small, but didn't have time to make you small, so it'll give you a mushroom power-up, which will make the big Mario into a small Mario, and then the next power-up block will yield a Fire Flower, which will make the small Mario a small Far Mario.
And the benefit, of course, is that Fire Mario is great because it saves time. You can shoot stuff. You don't have to wait for bridge collapsing animations and all that. But Small Mario has half the size of a hitbox. So that's the benefit. The drawback is what we're seeing with jtknott right now, which is that now he has become Biggie Smalls Mario because he took a hit.
That's right. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. I forgot the line after that.
So what that means is now jtknott is actually Small Mario. So if he takes a hit, if he were to take a hit, he would die as if he was small, but he has Big Mario hitbox. So very precarious situation to be in.
That's right, and unfortunately, JT takes a tumble into the pit, perhaps trying to overcompensate for his gigantic Small Mario hitbox.
Exactly.
The other drawback is it takes about 10 seconds to set up.
That's right. Yep, because Roopert just had to pick up Mushroom, pick up Fire Flower, he's done. jtknott had to pick up a mushroom, then wait for Bowser to get into position, then
watch the animation.
Then grab a mushroom, then grab a fire flower.
That's right. And looks like Roopert takes an unfortunate hit in 2-4, but he's got some time. He's got a bit of a lead over JT right now, and Roopert is skipping. Oh, pipe jump from Roopert.
Wow. Now, one thing we should say about Roopert is that he is extremely comfortable with small strats.
That's right. Roopert's been running this game longer than almost everybody. And when Roopert was first running this game, the strat people did was small only. People used to play this game Warpless small only as the strat. And Rupert's been playing since then, so he is well accustomed to the small only level.
Yeah, and just a quick note also is that since jtknott took that death, we were talking about the small fire glitch a lot. That glitch ends if you take a death. At that point, the game kind of figures it all back out and it spawns you correctly. So he would have to set it up again if he wanted to go small. I think it's more likely that we'll see him finish out the game as Big Fire Mario, though.
That's right. You can set it up on any Bowser, but one for Bowser is nice because of the quick power-ups in the beginning of 2-1. Perhaps in 3? Perhaps I'll try to set it up again in 3-4 because 4-1 also has some nice power-ups. But, like Dash said, we're most likely he'll just finish it out now as Big Far Mario.
That's right, and Roopert is now fired back up, so it looks like the runners are about a level apart at this point. And we are just getting started, though. Alright. So Castle 3 has some interesting aspects to it. It's got a lot of potaboos.
So Roopert must have just thought ahead of time. Nice bar clip from JT. And Roopert got the Rob Van Dam high-flying potaboo.
Yes.
Gave him the Van Daminator as he tried to... Or was that the Van Terminator?
The opening potaboo there can go a range of heights, and Roopert unfortunately got like the very highest one. So he's powered back down, but already picked up a fire flower, and now, as Flex was saying a minute ago, 4-1 is pretty generous with with power-ups, so he's going to be able to fire up really quickly again here in World 4.
Dude, real talk, Rob Van Dam was so awesome.
He was a wrestler, right? I always have to make sure because I keep thinking of Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Rob Van Dam was a wrestler, yeah. That's right. That's right, Dash, but we're here to talk about Mario, so quit bringing up wrestling. Alright, Roopert in 4-1. Here he goes. Wasting no time, getting the 340. JT also in 4-1, right behind Roopert. He will probably also get a 340.
And I can't help but notice that at the end of 4-1, Roopert is still regular Big Mario, which closes this gap between jtknott and Roopert just that much more.
That's right. Perhaps right here. Here goes Roopert with the slide and grabbing the far.
Beautiful.
This is where he wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So he must have all the way back when he took that hit. He thought these are the two power-ups he wants to grab. But just missing that ball. Perhaps he should have despawned that plant with the vine.
That's right. At the opening of 4-2, there's a hidden block with a vine in it that you'll very often see runners hit. And if you didn't know, it's to despawn or prevent that particular piranha plant from spawning.
And I gotta say, as much as I like to watch runs with no mistakes, and it's like, wow, these guys, no mistakes, I also really do enjoy watching players kind of have to scramble for power-ups and kind of see exactly where these highly skilled players are going to choose to pick their spots to grab power-ups. And Roopert
with the pause, with the momentary hesitation, yes. So now, suddenly...
I'm not saying I like when the players get hit and stuff, but I do enjoy, if they've already gotten hit and there's nothing we can do about it, I do enjoy seeing their strategies that they choose to use to get suited back up.
I completely agree, Flex. One thing that I always talk about that makes races really exciting and makes race practice really important is disaster recovery and damage control. You know, if all you do is go for PB attempts and you never actually practice your racing, then you might find yourself in a situation that you don't know how to deal with it. But as we can see, every time that Roopert has gotten hit, he's known what are the next two fastest power-ups that he can grab.
JT with the going for the clip, not quite gets it. Not quite getting it. And Roopert right underneath, but Rupert's gonna have to wait for this animation. It's gonna cost him about 2.5 seconds, 3 seconds, something like that. Whereas, boom, JT blasts him, and JT, he's moving right on over to the mushroom retainer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're all toads.
That animation has to be less than 3 seconds. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. I don't know, though. I'll time it next time. If it happens. I hope it doesn't. Sorry, I almost cursed someone there. Alright.
Family stream. We don't want any cursing.
And this has been a really exciting race so far, and the great thing is that World 5 is when the speedrun really starts, a lot of people will say. So now we get to enjoy World 5 on this already great race.
Oh yeah, we'll see if there's a cannon here in the beginning of 5-2, which sometimes likes to blast. No blast for Roopert.
Excellent, excellent.
We'll see if JT gets a blast.
And we'll see
JT got blasted! Wow!
So the cannon, some runners have some very choice words for the cannon at the beginning of 5-2, which if you don't slow down like jtknott didn't, that cannon can just, sometimes it shoots you, sometimes it doesn't.
Ooh, blasted.
So that was pretty rough for JT. Luckily, though, there are... Oh, and he very skillfully gets through those Hammer Bros. And then 5-2, after those Hammer Bros, has a couple power-ups here for you to get fired back up.
Ooh, that was a sick grab from JT.
Yeah. Clipped into the block just enough to grab that super quick. Oh, and he avoids the 6! See, just like I'm saying, such skillful just thinking on your feet, you know? He saw he was about to get some fireworks and avoided them.
Now, I found out in 5-3, if you fireball blast the Paracoopa and the Goomba, it doesn't despawn the thing.
Interesting.
So, like, this Koopa right here, JT just jumped over, if you blast them both, it will not despawn the plant. But if you only fireball the Goomba, it will despawn, not the plant, the girder, the thing there.
Very interesting. jtknott dealing with those sick bills pretty well here. And then Roopert is in Castle 5-4. The Bowser approach is one of the most difficult parts of the game not to get hit in, but he blasts right through. Fire kills the Bowser.
Roopert T, evoking the Dodge Master Dooley himself with those sick dodges.
So he is going, and then jtknott is on the Bowser approach now as well.
Ooh, comes up a little short there.
Yes, it looks like he went for a safety strat, but he missed the jump a little bit, and then that gave the Podoboos time to come back up.
Oh, yeah, looks like he did the safety strat that I see a lot of the Japanese runners do, where they kind of wait at the fire bar block for a second.
Which is also what I did today before the Bowser just phased out for a moment for my fireballs, so that was fun.
He is a warlock.
If you guys didn't know, Bowser, he has a degree in warlockery.
I think the Japanese instruction manual refers to him as a dark wizard or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But in America, I guess they didn't want to say that, because they're very nervous about any kind of occultism.
Yeah.
Even though he's a cartoon lizard.
Alright, so jtknott getting through 6-1 with firepower. That's very, very important, because as we just saw, Roopert's graceful trek through level 6-2 there. Firepower is very, very important for level 6-2, as there are lots of plants to deal with.
All right, and Roopert took a little extra time in that level. That's pipe jump.
Did you see the pipe jump? Yeah,
I did see it. So JT can close the gap here a bit with a nice 42. I want to say Roopert got like 37.
jtknott is shooting these plants so late and like pipe jumping all of them. It's great. Alright, yeah, very good 6-2 from jtknott. So as Flex was saying, that closes the gap just a tiny bit here. We'll see how Roopert handles the intro to 6-4 here.
Yep, Roopert is about 1-6-3 ahead.
He jumps under the Podoboo. Excellent to get through as quickly as possible.
Yep, setting up these nice bars here, as well as here.
If you slow down and wait for those Podoboos, it also then makes you have to wait longer for some badly placed fire bars. Few lag frames, but that was a good 6-4 for Roopert.
Can you believe how good this game is? Like, how much it holds up
it's
after
like a
all
joke.
these years? It's just like... It's ridiculous. It's so well designed. It's insane. That you can just run as fast as you can through basically every level. And it just flows. Ooh! Yowza!
Yeah, another hit for Roopert here, but he's got this power up to take, and then it looks like he's likely gonna also take the power up in 7-3, because at this point in the game there are so few power ups remaining.
That's right. Roopert is running out of power ups if he wants to have fire in 8-1, which is an advantage because it is extremely difficult to get through 8-1 without slowing down, without fire. You've pretty much got to do any percent strats, which is like 3 pipe jumps and some other difficult jumps.
Yeah, and so what we were talking about earlier about picking and choosing the fastest power-ups, that's kind of no longer an option. Ooh, he lost his duck swim there, but there he reinitiated. So yeah, that means 7-1, 7-3 power-ups, and then he'll be fired back up for World 8.
Yeah, we'll see if he goes for the 7-3. I know some runners, I remember GT Ace, who's one of the... He's one of the best runners with this game, I'd say.
For sure.
Warpless. And he doesn't like to grab that power-up because you're so likely to just get hit by cheaps that you can't predict.
I'm the same way. When I get this far in the game, if I get hit, I just go pretty much small for the rest of the game.
Ooh, and JT gets a kiss from a fish, which isn't good.
Yeah, so 7-2, as we've been saying, with the sparse power-ups at this point in the game, jtknott getting hit in 7-2 means he actually does not have enough power-ups in the levels remaining to be able to have firepower come level 8-1.
Oh, and Roopert gets kissed by a fish trying to grab... These fish are just...
Oh! And then it turned around the Koopa on him, but he thought quickly enough not to die.
You know why the Koopa turned around? Because it got kissed by a fish. That's right. These fish are smooch happy.
So
it's like Valentine's Day in the Mushroom Kingdom or something.
So now jtknott and Roopert are both looking like they are going to be small in level 8-1. And so we're going to have to see how do they handle their safe strats. Are they going to pick up a power?
JT going for the FPG, clips into the block, but doesn't get the jump. But was very close to a flagpole glitch right there. His Mario was breaching the block by multiple pixels.
What do you think on what are the BBG chances here? I think we're gonna see someone go for a BBG.
I think if someone gets the shot, they're going for it.
Yeah.
I think if JT gets the shot, he's 100% going for it.
I seem to remember Roopert going for a BBG at the end of a race with Darbian many years ago, and it tying up the race with them, putting them on the same frame rule in World 8-3. It was great.
Oh, that SSS race?
Yeah.
That's not... Roopert was ahead of Darbian at the end, and Darbian gets BBG, and it puts him ahead.
Oh, Darbian got the BBG.
And it puts him ahead, going into 8-3.
Interesting.
And then, yeah, when they get to 8-4 Water Room, they're on the same frame rule. That's nuts. But here we go. Roopert in 8-1. JT also in 8-1, the longest level in the game.
Yeah, so with them being small in World 8, it's very, very interesting to see how they handle it. How many pipe jumps are they going to go for? Roopert went through quickly enough to have to avoid a 6 on the timer, so he went with a very good 195. That's a very good time for safe strats in 8-1. We're probably going to see a 195 from jtknott as well, the way that he's been playing.
Yeah, this race is wild.
And here's where we might see a safety shroom from Roopert. Yes, indeed we do. I anticipate seeing that from jtknott as well. Very, very good power-up to grab. It's pretty quick, and you really could use the safety on this part of 8-2 as well as all of 8-3. Just such a treacherous level that we're getting into.
Roopert gets the rare dumb Koopa that just falls into the hole.
Yeah.
JT not grabbing the mushroom. I wonder if he knows he's slightly behind. Or maybe he just figures he is.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, BBBB.
Or he's doing BBBB and he thinks he's safe enough.
Oh, and he gets the shot. But I guess the BBBB kind of makes it so he's not in position to go for the BBG.
Yes.
Or the bullet bill glitch.
I agree. And Roopert
But he's brushing,
Oh, that was the meanest, dumbest Hammer Bro jump I've ever seen. That was so brutal.
Yeah, those two bros were like a heel take. It was like Dennis Condrey and beautiful Bobby Eaton.
Oh yeah, they were tagging in and out, but Roopert, he made it through in the end. jtknott takes a death from the Hammer Bros. That is brutal. So Roopert is entering the final level of the game
but
here.
But JT's right behind him.
And JT is right behind.
Roopert cannot afford a death in 8-4 or I believe JT will overtake him.
Yes.
So Roopert has got, and he's small, so Rupert's got to clutch this 8-4 out, which he definitely can do.
Nice drop kick on the fourth hammer bro by jtknott there, so he is entering 8-4, and we are in the last level. Both players in the final level.
It's not over till it's over.
That's right, or as Mega Man X would say, time to get serious! I believe that was Mega Man X4.
It was. Oh, it was.
Alright, and we see
Not over yet. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Alright. Oh, and Rupert gets the Bowser all over the bridge.
Yes,
but Rupert clutches it out. Oh, and JT kissed by a fish. And he's out of lives. He got smooched and smooched and smooched. And that's all the lives he's got, fellas.
That's right. It looks like he actually did not get enough pixels for the turnaround, and then that also put him in position to get kissed by the cheat.
Oh, but he is
pulling out
lip pipe jump. That's like is that like a new strat?
I don't know. He's pulling out all the stops on 8-1 here. He's going for pipe jumps and he's nailing them.
But GG to Rupert for a nice race here. Oh,
pipe jump
is smoking through 8-1.
This is looking to be a 200 on the timer. Small only 8-1.
He's showing us. So this is what we were talking about, where it's hard to get 200 with Small Mario, but bam! JT shows us how it's done.
Exactly. 200. That was such an impressive display. Perfect 8-1 as Small Mario. That is so insanely hard to do.
All right, so let's check out JT here.
Yeah,
we could. I don't know if we have an interview yet or not, but JT is still rocking and rumbling and rolling.
I do see Rupert here. Hello, and how are you?
Well, I've made it through that.
Actually, this is an audio issue on my side. Let me figure that out. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry, Rupert can't hear you quite yet. And JT goes for the BBG, but doesn't quite get it. And he's coming back into 8-3. Dash is clicking on things frantically, trying to get Rupert's voice.
I think I got it.
Maybe?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Hello, Rupert.
Hello, Rupert.
Congratulations on that race. That was really something to watch. Like we were saying, it's definitely great to watch, flawless runs, but it's also really great to watch damage control and recovery strats from the top runners. So, and kind of both players have had their fair share of bad RNG so far. So it's definitely fun to watch the recovery strats employed.
I feel like I used a bunch of those in this one.
Yeah. Both runners. I mean, this was a race that was just super fun to watch because there was always something exciting happening.
The Cheeps were on fire today.
Yeah, they definitely were. So I'm guessing JT must have had, I guess he had some issues as well. But
yeah, he's an 8-4 right now.
Okay.
He did a pretty sick 200.
Not enough pixels again,
only.
I'm sorry. It's cropped.
Yeah, the screen's cropped out.
Yeah, so when I said that jtknott didn't have enough pixels for turnaround room last time, it was just because of the cropping. I apologize for the misinformation there. All right. Did he wall jump off of a pipe earlier in the wall jump room? Did I see that right? I think that happened. So he's approaching Bowser now. Also getting a just Bowser all over the bridge pattern.
All right, and JT finishes his run as well. Rupert, do you know who you're going to go up against now that you have made it through this race?
The call. I will be racing him tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, right, yeah.
We already scheduled that in advance to get 2 races done this week, so I'll be racing him tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. The call, third place finisher last year. And I know he's been keeping up with his play.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been practicing quite a bit. So, looks like we also have jtknott in here. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing good.
That's good to hear. It was a really, really exciting race to be watching.
Yeah. Man, it was just 2-1 was a thing, then 2-2 was a thing, then also 2-3 was a thing, and then I was watching Rupert.
You were watching Rupert. Okay, so you know how good of a race it was.
Yeah, I saw him die in 4-3. I'm like, I might have a chance. and then I forgot the next level I died in.
It was really, really exciting to watch, and you guys were in 8-4 at the same time, so it was close up to that point. And then, unfortunately, the game over in 8-4 was pretty unfortunate. However, let me tell you, we were popping off at your 8-1 afterward.
So unfortunately, this is the end of the line for JT, but I want to congratulate you for a great tournament run. You made it quite deep into the tournament.
Yeah, thank you.
You even eliminated some really handsome men in your way through the tournament.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, yep.
So, Rupert, did you have any other words to say about your run here? Because I know our interview got cut a little short there.
Well, I actually feel pretty fortunate to escape this one, I guess, because it just felt like the first. Okay, World 1 went fine, and then it kind of started going downhill when I ran into Bowser in 2-4. But it was just kind of had some mistakes I hadn't made in a while. Like 4-3, I bounced on the second Koopa at the beginning, and if you bounce on that when you're going to end up in the pit, I haven't made that mistake in a long time. But it that one came back to me. It kind of gave me nightmares again about that. But
yeah, that level's that level's pretty tough. That opening, with those two Koopas when you're small and you can't just shoot them out of the way, and you got to try to jump over them and land on the edge of the platform without landing on a Koopa and bouncing right in there.
Yeah, it's a little tricky at times, but and throughout the rest of it, it was just I just ran small for a little while because I was tired of losing power ups every level or two. So
yeah, we liked your 3-1 small with the pipe jump in there.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty comfortable with that, so it doesn't bother me too much to go for that one. That's not too difficult of a pipe jump to do. If I don't get it, it's usually because I land too short, which is a lot better than
right.
land a little too far ahead. So,
Sure.
but yeah, just use some. Yeah, so as far as World 3, I didn't. I figured I could get the power ups quicker if I just picked them up in 3-2 and 3-3 instead of trying to pick them up in 3-1. Especially that first mushroom, it's kind of tricky to get there with the Koopa, so I decided not to bother with that one.
Yeah, that is kind of a slow one. You got to kind of bounce off the Koopas to grab it.
Yeah.
And then buffer your way out and all that. But yeah, and that's one thing that's always interesting to see is the way that, when you've raced enough and you know the game so well, when you get hit, you can actually kind of plan out which of the next power-ups you think are going to be the best instead of just looking for the nearest two. And then also it's helped by how much experience you have running small only anyway.
Yeah, we were talking about that when you were first running this game, Warpless. That was kind of the status quo. Everyone just ran it small only.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was. Actually, one thing that was a little different for me too was 8-3 when I got hit by the Hammer Bros on the second set there. I feel like I actually got kind of fortunate in that situation because I just happened to break the block right next to the power up, and I got hit there, and I'm like, "Yep, let's turn around and pick up that mushroom."
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah, you broke a hole just as you got hit. And, that was pretty smooth. You had the deal where the hammers hit your invulnerable Mario and kind of bounce off you. That was funny.
And you didn't have to wait for the slimy bottomed mushroom to slide all the way across the top. Yeah,
and I'm glad that I did that because after I picked up that power up, I took a hit on the third or the fourth hammer. I think it's the third hammer, bro. So, I was glad I actually thought to do that there, like in a split second. So.
Yeah, it was a really tight, entertaining race. When you were in 8-4, because you got to 8-4 small, and then JT got to 8-4, so it's like, you've got to finish 8-4 without taking any damage, or else JT has a big chance to take it.
Yeah. Had to get cheap, man.
Yeah,
those cheaps were smooching everybody today.
Yeah, that's exactly why I personally don't do the wrong warp in the castle on races, is just because I don't like the random cheap chance.
I think it was Rupert's 7-3 where you went to go for the mushroom, but like the cheap hit you, and then the cheap hit the coop and turned the coop around too.
Yeah, it did that, and I got hit, and I decided to go for the mushroom anyway, and then I did something like I I'm having a little issue with my controller, and I think the D-pad didn't respond quick enough, and I completely just let the mushroom fall into the pit, and then I barely made the jump across the pit. So that was a scary moment there.
Yeah, this was a very exciting race to watch. So Rupert moves on to face the call tomorrow, and JT, unfortunately, this will be your last race. What are your plans for speedrunning? Are you going to keep playing Mario for a little bit, or do you think you're going to maybe move on to something else for a while?
I might do a little bit more Warpless just for sub 1910, and then I'll go for 4, 5, 6. And
yeah, what's your PB in Warpless, JT? It's a heck of a time, I remember.
My Warpless PB is in 1911.
Wow.
Excellent,
With
yeah.
Soulfire.
And sub 19, that's great ambition.
Well,
So
sub 1910, not sub 19. That's Cosmic's job.
Well, yeah, I definitely think you'll be able to get that pretty quick with your consistency.
yeah, so everyone make sure to follow jtknott on Twitch if you want to see those runs for sub 1910, because he's a heck of a player.
Remember to follow roopert83 as well as Dash Retro, I guess. I
Oh.
guess.
Well, thanks, Flax.
Oh man.
That's right. Follow everyone. And as far as that match with between Rupert and Nicole tomorrow, that's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern. So don't miss that as well.
We are wrapping things up here. Things are getting tight. Things are getting intense.
Yeah. And I can't wait for the next matches. So thanks again, everybody, for watching. And we will see you guys on the flip.
That's right. Catch you on the flip.
See you guys.
All right. Have a good night, everyone.
See you.
Good night.